Hi, welcome to winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Lyford and this is
John Murphy.
And we're here to tell you about wine, hopefully help you find the wine, if not the wines, that you will absolutely love. On this occasion, we've got the good old standby of this wine most people will like, Pinot Grigio. Mm-hmm. Now, it's made by a Spanish company, but it is an Italian wine, I understand, made around the Garda, Lake Garda area. This particular company, I think they're called Freixenet.
It's a bit of a tough one. I'm not 100% sure myself how to pronounce it. I've heard it called Freixenet.
Oh, Freixenet?
Freixenet. Or Freixenet. I don't know. Perhaps somebody could let us know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, please do. Now, I understand they make 200 million, in 2020 they hit 200 million bottles that they actually produced and sold.
That is a lot of wine.
Well, absolutely. It's incredible. I mean, the system they must have to be able to do that is mind-boggling. What a company they must be. So obviously a very successful company. They're not going to produce rubbish.
No.
Although I know that some people consider when they see that it's like, because they're very synonymous with fizz, aren't they?
Yes.
That's where I think they're in the UK certainly, where they were first heard bringing sort of Carver. So a lot of people tend to think it's a bit down market, don't they?
And I must hold my hands up and be. I am because I am slightly guilty of the same thing. The bottle is very recognisable, and I've seen it, and I've often thought. See, I've never tasted it, and I've often thought it's on the lower end. So I've never tasted it. So I need to. So today's going to be a little eye opener for me. See.
If you do, or if it's where you think it's going to be, or whether actually it raises itself above that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we have a look at the colour?
Let's go for it, John.
Let's go. So very, very light, not limey. What am I talking about? It's a very sort of lemony, very light.
Yeah, very pale, isn't it? Very pale. Yeah. A pale straw colour.
Let's call it straw colour.
We'll do that one.
We'll do that one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a go on the old nose then.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. Now this takes me back to some of the very early tastings where you were sort of training me, and this one is got that thing that you always refer to as pear drops.
You're spot on, John. You are spot on. That has got those, like you get in the Yorkshire mixture sweeties. It's got that pear droppy smell, and that's good. Because often I've said about Pinot Grigio and how they become very light, very easy, almost too light and too easy, and they haven't really got any style or class because then they just go with everything. But that, so far, has something about it, and I'm very pleased to smell it. Yeah, it's very pleasant, that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I think well, I'm gagging to get straight on after that. Let's have a go at the taste. Yeah. I was expecting it to be a little bit more watery than it is, so it's got a nice mouthfeel to it. And actually, the taste is very reasonable, isn't it? That pear drop again is very prominent. We've always said one of the tellings of a good wine for me is if you get it on the nose and then on your taste buds as well, on the palate, you're doing well, and that's exactly what that's done. You've got the pear on the nose, pear on the palate. Now it's not overly complex. I would not give it that. It's not something that I'm fighting to get in there and find out what that flavour is. But that pear flavour is very pleasant, and it's also the acidity is just how I like it. It's not really harsh with that. It's not flabby. It's there, but it's inoffensive. It's not getting in the way of anything. It's just letting you enjoy that pear flavour and just hang in there. Yeah. And the length isn't very, very, very long, but it's decent enough. I mean, again, this is going to be a sipping wine, isn't it? A sort of party wine. To use the expression from one of our other videos that we sort of came across was, it's going to be at a party. This is going to be a great social lubricant. Definitely. You know what? I'm quite impressed with that. No, I'm very impressed with that, and that's what these videos, definitely for me, are about, like pushing myself out of that. You sometimes get stuck or have an opinion of something, and my opinion has just been proved. So, just out of interest, John, how much was this one? I think this was £8. Yeah. Okay. So, that's opened my eyes to something that I wouldn't usually have done. I would have almost immediately kind of discounted this and thought, Well, if you're in your shop, you would have given a discount on this.
No, John, we don't. No discount. Let me take a seat for a minute. I've heard about such a thing. I'm very pleased that we've got a chance to try that.
Yeah, so it's not as you perceived it would be. It's challenged you, and I think that's a lot of us do have that, don't we? You know, we try one wine and we think, oh, that's packaged like that, it must mean this, and actually when you get underneath the skin...
Yeah, well, you can see, I don't know if John's going to put the picture up there. Of course, you're going to put the... Of course,
I'll put it back up.
But it is a very, very obvious bottle, and I think that's what's kind of put me off in the past, thinking they spent a lot of money on the bottle, but there's going to be no real money spent on the wine, or not a lot of work has gone into the wine. But no, I think that is a very good, and it's £7, £8, I think stands out well. So what I'm going to think what I'd put as a cheese with that. Okay. I'm thinking 2.
You're thinking of 2 cheeses? Do you mean 2 cheeses to eat simultaneously with this, or 2?
No, separate. What I think would match this, the 2 cheeses I think which would match this, and I'm going to go for the Brebberoux d'Argental. Sure, I mentioned that one before because that's the used milk brie. In my mind I was thinking, do you know what could be that? You know, when I was thinking, what would it be Brebberoux d'Argental or a nice Cafile? The go with Cafile, which is by far the best.
Okay. And for food-wise, I'd say you'd be talking about a nice salad with this.
Yeah.
Obviously a fish dish, not something that's too rich. Something that's sort of grilled on light, or obviously maybe a white meat. That would also go with that. But yeah, or I would say that where this really this wine's sweet spot would be at a party.
It doesn't need. You don't need to concentrate much on that. It's nice. It carries itself. It's not overly complex, but good. So yeah, that would be a perfect social lubricant.
Okay, so shall we go to the score?
Okay, I've thought of a score. And I'm going to say it. I'll go first. I'm going to say 79.
Oh, wow.
Go on.
Spot on. That's what I was going for.
There we go.
I was thinking to myself, do I give it an 80? Or I thought, no, probably not. But then, is it? Well, it's only £8 and I was 79. Literally, just before you said it.
I drew back from the 80, just thinking, it's nice. It's good value for money. I can see myself drinking that. But again, to teeter over 80, it needs to have a bit more. But by no means... Is that about? In fact, I describe that as a very good wine, and I urge anybody to try it.
Absolutely. So it's the difference between saying, well, it's probably not one you're going to sit down and on your own and really you would enjoy if you're doing something else. But it's really, I think, to share with friends and as I say, a lubricant to a good evening. So excellent. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed that, and I too have been pleasantly surprised. I was a little bit, sometimes brands unfairly, as it seems, you start thinking of them as a bit cheap, and maybe it's not going to be very good. But really enjoyed that. So guys, if you have any comments about this wine, please let us have them below, or email us, or wherever, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want. We'd be pleased to hear them. And so until the next time, we look forward to seeing you there. Chin chin.
Chin chin.